Put your head on my shoulder. Hold me in your arms, baby. Squeeze me oh so tight.
One of our side dishes tonight for the quarantine meal in place, I have some canned corn here, no salt, pearl kernel here, and then another one that friends donated. Excuse the mess. I got some sea salt, some black pepper. I tried some chili powder. Got a red onion down there that I've cut up, put in a cast iron skillet with some peppers. Tank had cut it up. So I'm going to be sauteing this, and I seasoned it some. You can get this over here. Hopefully everyone is well tonight and today. I'm thinking I'm going to put a little butter. I'm just going on the fly. I'm not really following per se a recipe for this fried corn. We're going to have fried corn tacos, which we have the skillet over here for the meat for that. We have a special salsa I got for the kids. It's one in them medium chipotle bean and corn salsa. And we've got the avocados out, good old shot cup. And we are going with homemade tortillas because we don't have any. And we at home and we don't have any. So this is a taco book my mother got for Sam. And I believe it's from Williams-Sonoma. But we'll share the recipe with you all. So we've got our area down here for that. And life is good. So we wanted to share with you guys our inspiration for the homemade flour tortillas. Comes from the Tacos book recipes by Alex Stupak and Jordana Rothman. And we do not have lard, so we are using Crisco, and we've got the kosher salt, and we're going to do a half a cup of Crisco, and we already have the water out. And on this, in the book, it starts on page 42. And this is what we're attempting to do. Keep in mind, we've never made tortillas from home. We've always had the convenience of buying them in the store. And as you all know, that is not the current case. So, Tank and I are going to get started on mixing up 4 cups of flour, which we're using Bob's Mills, half cup of lard, which we're using half cup Crisco, and a teaspoon of kosher salt. We're making the flour tortillas now. In this bowl, we have 4 cups of Bob Mills flour. We also down here have a half a cup of shortening, a teaspoon of kosher salt, and 1 cup of water. I am combining, and the recipe talks about a stand mixer. Back in the day, they didn't have no stand mixers, so we're attempting to do this by hand. Bless us. That was the shortening, that was the salt. And coming in with water. And I am going to work this until dough starts to form. Best we can. Until we get to the point of putting it on our glass tray and kneading it. I personally am not the bread maker in the house. Tank is. But the original recipe says, you know, if you guys have a paddle, you can put the paddle on and mix it for 2 minutes, blending. If you're new here with us, welcome. We welcome you. Oops. And it gets pretty messy, but that's the joy of making homemade bread, homemade tortillas. Tank, what do you think about the consistency? I'm going to put some water on reserve
It's looking good.
I might want to come at them some more.
No, you just gotta
Keep working them, she says.
I'll work this out for you too.
So we're not going to bore you guys. When we get to the part of heating up our cast iron skillet, which is how we're going to warm and fry these for our tacos, we'll be back with you. Okay, we're done. This is our dough, finished product, our dough for tortillas. So Tawanda's going to come in with a damp towel, and we let the damp towel sit on them for 10 minutes. And after 10 minutes, we'll be back with you guys. Okay, so that little blooper there, Sam.
Hello.
So this is the tortilla dough resting with a towel for 10 minutes. Okay guys, so I'm at the stove working some canola oil while Tank's still rolling the dough for the tortillas. The book calls for a double griddle or 2 cast iron pans, which at this point we're just going to roll with this size because Aaliyah is not interested in a homemade one. So we're not going to do an excess of a lot of shells. We're probably going to do, Tank, how many are we going to do? Love?
I like 6.
We're going to do about 6 of them. So, and if we have dough left over, of course we're freezing it for a later date. So we will come back with you guys once we have the tortillas, the skillet warmed up and the tortillas frying. Over here, Tank's finished with the hamburger meat. And our side, which is just the corn, he's all set. So we got the corn, hamburger meat, and we're working on the tortillas. Over here, we've got our avocado, and Aaliyah will eat a whole one to herself. We kind of each eat, we each eat one whole avocado, so it's going to be interesting. All right, so we'll come back with you guys and show you how the tortillas are frying up. Perfect. Yeah, it gets a little messy. Tank's improving with one of her nicely clean spice jars. Rolling them out to the thickness that we would like. We have 3, 6, 7, 8, about 9 balls of dough. That's the first tortilla, guys. How awesome is that? I'm so excited. Okay, I'm going to quick heat the oil up. All right, guys, so we wanted to share with you. We're down to this far one was mashed and had slightly a bit more oil than the very first one. So they almost remind me of a gordita. But I have this one going. And he looks real oily. I'm going to wipe some of that excess off him. But I'm going to let him get browner. But I wanted to share with you the process and what they look like. And once again, these are just basic flour tortillas. So we're putting here, and we had a extra large pizza pan. And so we were lining them up here and warm them before we serve and plate up supper. Meanwhile, Tank is still avidly working over here at the tortilla station.
Yeah, right.
All right, you guys, so the finished plate, this one's mine because I put my corn on my tortilla shell, and this one's Tank's. We're doing paper because I'm getting tired and I'm not going to wash no dishes. But she put that Chipotle, food for thought, medium Chipotle bean corn salsa, which was from our Gordon's haul on her plate. But that's hers. This is dinner tonight. Homemade corn, tacos, and homemade flour tortillas. Bon appetit.